everyone, happy Thursday. Well, this is pretty obviously not my usual background. It's kind of nice though, which is because I am not at home, I am not in Hanover, I am in Marburg, where I used to live before. To be precise, I am in Bambi's flat, which is my old flat too. And yeah, it is Thursday, so I should actually be filming this before I go to work, but thanks to the German train thingy company, I don't. Because, something was wrong with the train tracks yesterday, and I couldn't catch my long distance bus, and thus I stayed here a little while longer. So what I've been doing here was meeting friends. I've been having coffee, which means eating or having lunch or just meeting up or having tea, but there was no coffee involved. Having coffee with at least 4 people, rather 5, and I've been spending a lot of time waiting in front of the office of my professor for the consultation for my bachelor thesis. I've waited about 2 hours, something like that, on different occasions. I even went away in between when I had the affirmation that I would get my appointment at 2 p.m. Anyway, I've spent a lot of time waiting in front of that office, listening to my co-students talking about cars. So boring. Anyway, other things that happened was that I visited my old thrifting grounds, and I found this awesome woolen jumper that I bought for the amazing price of €3. Like this. Yeah, I'm absolutely happy. It is pure wool and cotton. It is so comfy. And when my boyfriend came to town, because we are basically switching, so I'm going back home and he's coming here to visit his friends, he didn't even notice what it was new, because it basically looks like it belongs into my closet, which already has one very pressed stack of woolen jumpers already, but who cares? This thing is awesome. I also visited my family back in Frankfurt. I watched an awesome movie with my father, one of the Billy Wilder movies, 1, 2, 3. If you have the chance to watch it, it's funny. It's about a Coca-Cola drone, basically, manager in West Berlin in the 60s, and he has to look after the teenage daughter of his boss, and she falls in love with a guy from East Berlin, basically a Communist Party member. Hilarity ensues. Watch it, it's awesome. So, so that's basically what happened. Oh, I also had the last appointment with my therapist, which is really sad because she was an awesome therapist, which also means I don't really need her at the moment. And also she is about 300 kilometers from my current home away. So but it was heartfelt, it was nice, and so that's checked off. And now I am just recording this video and waiting for it to be 1 AM so I can travel from here to Göttingen, and from Göttingen by long distance bus to Hanover, and I'll arrive at home at about 8 PM, which is a fuckload of waiting and a fuckload of driving, but it will be okay. I actually like traveling, so I'm okay with that, and Bambi has graciously allowed me to borrow his copy of Jonathan Strange and Mr. Norrell, which I wanted to read anyway because the TV series is pretty awesome. And yeah, so I at least have something to read because I already finished my other books. I've been reading oh, what's that called? Murder mysteries, murder mystery books at my father's. He has the he has a thing for for Dutch criminology novels, crime novels, that's a word. And there is, on one hand, there is Jan Willem van de Wetering, who wrote a great series about two guys in two police officers in the 70s in Amsterdam, but I've already read those. There's also Robert van Gulik, who writes about Judge D, who lives back in ancient China in the Tang Dynasty, which would be between 600 and 730 AD. And the cases are based on either Ming Dynasty novels that are set in the Tang Dynasty or actual case files, which is pretty cool, and for a history nerd like me, that's perfect. They are really interesting, they are well written, and he has usually has more than one case at a time, which is a little bit different from what we're used to. And I really like those. So I've read 2 of those already this week, and I've been reading Constable and Toop, which I had talked about 2 weeks ago when I bought new children's books, and it's amazing, but I don't want it to be over yet, and so I'm borrowing Jonathan Strange and Mr. Norrell from Bambi. This is it, so I should be okay when it comes to stuff to read on my journey home. So yeah, that's about it. That's the update. And I am not oh yeah, of course, I am missing work. I'm not happy about that, but it can't be helped. I actually planned to go home yesterday, but then the thing with the train happened. I was really upset, but I can't do anything about it right now. I told my boss, and he tried to find a substitute for me for today. And I'm not working on Saturday either. So yeah, I'm basically having a week off. I have commissions to do, and I'm working on the map of my lab country at the moment, a more detailed map, and yeah, so I've got enough to do and several projects, so I'll have just a 1 week vacation, which is nice, and that's a good ending, I think. So be happy, count your blessings, not your curses. Don't be too angry about trains or commuting or anything else, because it doesn't pay. Just grab a good book. I'll tell you how I liked it. I've heard very different things about this, from it's awesome to whoa, that's some convoluted shit. So I'll tell you, and I hope you'll have a great week, and I'll see you probably next week or when I see you. Bye.